Namaskar, viewers. Welcome to ST Money's Morning News, your weekday business news channel. It is Monday morning, September 16, 2024, and I'm your host, Sunil Thakker of Sunny Talks Money. Let's roll. The stock market highlights from Friday, September 13, 2024. Indian indices remained range-bound throughout the day as market closed little changed on September 13. Investors held back from making large bets ahead of the Bank of Japan's policy decision next week and uncertainty over the size of the expected Federal Reserve rate cut. Markets were mostly range bound after Thursday's sharp upsurge, and investors are now in a wait and watch mode ahead of this week's Fed policy meeting. The market took a breather and ended on a flat note after the previous day's sharp uptick. Despite domestic CPI inflation being within RBI's target band, the increase in food prices may influence the central bank to remain prudent on rates. Benchmark equity indices. The BSE Sensex and the NSE Nifty 50 ended the week's last trading session on a flat note. The 30-share Sensex shed 72 points or 0.09% to settle at 82,890, while the Nifty 50 ended 32 points or 0.13% lower at 25,356. 32 out of the 50 constituent stocks ended in the negative territory, dragged by SBI Life, Adani Ports, HDFC Life, ITC, and Coal India, while Wipro, Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Finserv, and Grasim led the gains. Bank Nifty Index ended higher by 174 points or 0.36% to settle at 52,841. Among the broader indices, the Nifty Mid Cap 100 settled at a record high close of 60,034 with a gain of 394 points or 0.66%. Meanwhile, the Nifty Small Cap 100 index advanced for the second consecutive session to end with a gain of 0.78% on Friday. Metal stocks surged on expectations of a rate cut in China to boost consumption, while India's extension of anti-dumping duties on certain steel imports from China and Vietnam added support. All the sectoral indices, barring FMCG, healthcare, and OMCs, settled in the positive territory, with media, PSU Bank, and realty indices ending 1% higher each. The Nifty IT index hit a record high of 43,571 during intraday trade before settling at 43,394 with a gain of 5.56% on Friday. The Indian Volatility Index, India VIX, closed down 4.8% at 12.55. Global news, US stocks advanced on Friday and gold continued to hit record highs as investors look to whether the Federal Reserve might move more aggressively to cut rates at its policy meeting next week. All three major US indexes closed higher. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was up 0.70% to 41,393. The S&P 500 jumped 0.54% to 5,626. And the Nasdaq Composite surged 0.65% to close at 17,683. Global benchmark Brent crude is at 71.83 a barrel. Gold is up at rupees 73,820. Now, for today's outlook for the Indian market. During last week, the market took the support of the near 20-day SMA, that simple moving average, to bounce back sharply. Technically, on a weekly chart, it has formed a long bullish candle, and on intraday charts, it is holding higher bottom formation, which is largely positive. The short-term market texture is positive, but due to temporary overbought conditions, a range-bound price action may be seen in the near future. For the short term now, 25,225 to 25,000 would be the key support zones, while 25,500 to 25,700 would be crucial resistance areas for the bulls. However, below 25,000 uptrend would be vulnerable. In the near term, the trend may remain sideways. Trade spotlight today: Britannia, Bajaj Finserv, Piramal Enterprises, Seat, Star Health, DLF, Rain Industries, and Grasim. Shares to watch out. That's all for today. See you tomorrow morning. In the meantime, let us know in the comment section what are your thoughts for the market. Happy investing, stay inspired, and remember, it is all about money.